everybody. Welcome back to the 90th minute. We are your hosts. We got Maddie, Lucas, Waz, myself, Liam. If you're new to the podcast, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, follow along on any all social medias. This video, make sure you hit like, comment down below, get involved with tonight's conversations. Greg is not here. He was golfing.
He's not missed.
As a very white man activity, but you know.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who followed us on Instagram. We had a big 1,000 follower milestone. Thank you for that.
Shit, I still have more followers than us. Damn.
Wow.
Yes,
You do?
I think I do.
That's okay. It is what it is.
Right now. You do.
Congratulations, big man.
One.
It's not that much.
Anyways, let's actually talk about the football because there is a little bit to discuss. We're not going to touch too much on Nations League because we really don't give a shit about it.
No. We'll still touch on it.
We'll touch on it, but we're going to start with Lionel Messi.
Again.
Congratulations. He's still your player.
I don't know how to feel about this.
Rejoice, Catalonia. This is the biggest victory you've had for a long time.
That interview was fantastic.
It was great.
That was the best part about the whole situation, to be fair.
So, yes, the news did come out earlier this week that Lionel Messi will remain at Barcelona for the 2021 season.
And then leave on a free. Although his family doesn't want to leave, so who even knows? Ultimately,
as a Barcelona fan, you're happy that you have Messi for another season. But you're also kind of upset because you can tell this is an unhappy player. The interview, like you mentioned, he called out the president, Bartomeu, that basically Messi's being held hostage at this point at this club, which is ridiculous. He's being held hostage while making €1 million a week. It's interesting, but yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
It was a very emotional interview in a sense.
I think it's been a couple of years coming for Messi.
I mean, I kind of found it shocking. Like he says, I've been wanting to leave like over a year now, at least a year. He's been trying.
Can you blame him?
For a while.
Can you blame him?
No, I'm just.
That club's been on the downgrade.
I'm not sure if I fully believe that though, because all he has to be like is, guys, guess what? I'm going.
I mean, I think
he gets the fuck off.
I think Messi during the interview he talked about how Barcelona gave him everything, and he feels bad, screwing them over. He didn't want to take them to court. He didn't want to do anything negative to the club. So you respect the guy in that sense, but at the same time you go, you know what? He has to think about his career. He only has a handful of seasons left. Mm-hmm. Does he want to be at a rebuilding Barcelona? Although it is still a good team. It's not going to be a shit club, but does he want to spend it at a rebuilding Barcelona? And does he want to deal with Bartomeu if he is the president come beginning of the season?
He's going to be president become beginning of the season.
You think so?
He will be out in March. Although there is the police have accused him of the Catalan police have accused him of corruption. Yeah. So who even fucking knows anymore?
I just feel like all of La Liga or anything would associate with Spanish football is just.
Bartomeo's also like the biggest snake in football right now.
He's just a big snake.
He's up there.
Yeah.
Matt, how are you seeing Barcelona looking? We've been seeing some exits happening with Rakitic, Suarez going to Juventus.
The Rakitic deal is hilarious.
1.5 mil?
Yeah, you had a 90 million offer from PSG 2 years ago.
He wasn't going to go there anyways, though.
But you had a 90 million offer. Sell him for less than
But he
2.
wouldn't have left for it.
But it's funny.
He said numerous times he doesn't want to leave Spain.
It's funny still.
It's hilarious, but
yeah, Rakitic to Sevilla, which is I think
good. It's a good deal for him.
It's a good deal. It's not bad.
And then Suarez is getting closer and closer to Juventus.
That doesn't make sense with me.
I don't know why. I feel like Juventus just for whatever reason want to sign aging forwards.
I mean, they're going to get rid of Higuain probably to an MLS club. Is looking like Inter Miami is looking like. I don't know if Suarez is going to be the right fit for Juventus.
I'm just more interested to see how he'll deal with Chiellini. How are they going to get along after the bite?
That was bound to come.
Imagine he walks in the dressing room. Hey man, remember me?
Patrice Evra just shows up out of nowhere.
Yeah. Just a bit of a clobbering on Suarez happens.
Oh gosh.
Who else did he bite? He bit someone way back too.
Someone on Ajax.
Ivanovic.
Yeah, there you go, Ivanovic.
Yeah.
He bit someone when he was on Ajax.
Yeah, he's going to bite him.
And Arturo Vidal is also very likely to go to Juventus Inter Milan for a very cheap fee.
We don't care about the fees. We just need the wages.
Arturo Vidal's the guy. I mean, ultimately, I don't think Vidal's good enough to start for Barcelona, but he's a guy I think we should have around that club.
He does fight for the badge, doesn't he?
He's a glue guy.
When you guys got smacked up by Bayern, he was the only one doing anything.
Yeah, because he's a crazy motherfucker.
I mean, yes, but sometimes you need a little bit of crazy motherfuckers in your team.
I mean, your team doesn't need you.
The fuck? Where the hell am I coming into this conversation?
I was going to mention something Celtic.
We got Scott Brown. He's a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah.
This podcast has gone to shambles.
It's okay. Well,
3 minutes in.
There's not much going on in the world of football, but whatever. Let's continue. The transfers are big.
Yeah. And then Barcelona, they're also interested in Memphis Depay and Gini Wijnaldum.
Genie,
Dude, I don't think we're getting Depay, bro.
I think it'll be an alright signing. I think he's been very good at Lyon.
If you're Memphis Depay, do you want to leave Lyon where you just did very well in the Champions League?
He's been there for 4 years. I think it's time to move on, maybe.
They're not even in Europe.
Yeah.
I don't think.
No, they're not. They got 7th.
Yeah, they're not.
Plus, all that guy cares about is clout.
I mean, when he's at United, he was a bit of a,
Man's got a tiger.
I mean...
If I was rich, I would buy a tiger as well. If I'm being honest, I have that money.
If you are Memphis Depay...
Why?
If you're Memphis Depay, though, it's a good move for you because now you're going to be playing under Ronald Koeman, who was the national team boss. Maybe that gives you a bit of an advantage to, get more into the national team system.
Yeah, what are the odds Ronald Koeman gets fired at the end of the season and replaced with Xavi?
I mean...
I don't know if that'll happen. I'm not... Depends who's the
president I don't
well.
think Ronald Koeman is the... be all end. I don't think he's going to be there for very long.
Yeah,
a season maybe.
Unless he pulls a handsy flick.
Honestly, unless he comes out and does magical. You never know.
The difference between Hansi Flick is Hansi Flick actually had like a good record before becoming manager.
Yeah,
Ronald Koeman really hasn't.
I really don't rate Ronald Koeman. I don't know how he got the
Hansi Flick kind of won.
Yeah, he kind of told Suarez to fuck off in 60 seconds.
Did you know that Ronald Koeman played for Barcelona? Because everyone does apparently.
I did know that.
But to be fair,
everyone's
we're in similar positions. Our manager didn't have a great record before joining United, which
He still doesn't.
Yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it?
He's still like a little lost child, I feel.
That guy does not look like a manager.
It's like someone just like gave a kid, he goes, here's 100 million euros, figure it out.
If I didn't know who Ole was, and I saw him pull up on like the Man U bench, I would honest to God think he's the fucking kit man.
Well...
Tell me I'm wrong. Look at that man and tell me he doesn't look like a kit man.
I mean, he's a bit of a club legend.
That's what I'm saying. If I didn't know who he was,
if he wasn't who he was, he would never have gotten that job.
I mean, you can say it with anyone, though.
Not true.
I mean, in terms of like,
until he was like 23.
In terms of like club, Andrea Pirlo, I agree.
Yeah, he got that job because
he would never have gotten that job if he wasn't a Juventus club legend. Coleman is one of them. I mean, there's a handful. I mean, even Pep Guardiola, when he first started out at Barcelona, was he necessarily the right man for that job? Who knows, right?
Absolutely.
In hindsight,
please come back.
He became the right man. I don't know if he was the right man at the time, but
I mean, Frank Rijkaard wasn't even that bad.
But also with Memphis Depay, he's linked to go to Roma. So
wow,
he's been.
Those are two. I don't know why you'd consider Roma and Barcelona in the same sentence, but
well, Roma kind of dismantled Barca.
Yeah, we also have way more money.
I'm just saying.
And way more.
Is Roma a step up from Lyon?
And we're also in FIFA.
Bit. I mean, I think Serie A is a step up in general.
Well,
and Lyon finished 7th. Sure, they went to the Champions League semi-final, but they finished 7th. They didn't do really good.
Yeah, but they're not in FIFA, so who cares a fuck?
I guess.
I'm sure Memphis Depay is want to go play for Rome FC.
Yeah, it's true. If you guys didn't know, but Roma also lost their licensing for FIFA 21.
They didn't lose it.
Well, they sold it to Pez.
Yeah, so they're going to be
Pez
Roma
was the
FC.
highest bidder.
I don't get why companies do that. Wouldn't you want your brand exposed on both of the biggest football games?
Yeah,
just
put your brand on the one football game literally everyone and their mother complains about.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
So...
Ultimately, to get back on Lionel Messi, he is there. If you're Messi, do you give your all this season, or do you just kind of play good enough that you get you get your move in the summer, you don't piss off the fans, you just do your thing?
I feel like if he doesn't play his best, he's gonna piss off the fans because
we are giving his asshole. He's still gonna play his best because it's Barcelona. He loves Barcelona. So
fair enough, and
he's a
competitor,
but he doesn't want to play for the president.
I hope the God doesn't come out in another interview and say he's bringing the Champions League back to us because it's not happening for a little bit.
He wants to give the fans a little bit of hope.
We don't need hope right now.
Why,
We've had enough of that.
Why am I hearing that you guys want to sell Griezmann?
I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, I haven't heard about that.
I think I heard something, but
I don't know.
It wasn't very concrete.
No, it definitely
Besides,
wasn't.
who the hell's going to buy
Griezmann?
Griezmann?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Besides, I think we still have use for him too. So
you guys would probably get a huge loss on him, amortization wise.
I mean, just standard profit margins wise, no one's paying 120 million for that freak.
Well, let's
just keep going.
Why not?
I just hope Griezmann steps up at Barcelona next season and comes back to his old self.
But what do you think about Wijnaldum potentially going there? Because that's becoming more and more likely as the days go by.
As I said before, I'd rather have Thiago. But 15 million on Wijnaldum is not a bad move.
Wijnaldum's a great deal if you get him for that price.
I think for Liverpool, it's okay if he leaves because, well, obviously, if we get money and we can get Thiago, that'd be great. Also, because in a lot of matches for Liverpool, the role he plays, he barely touches the ball. There's many matches out there where, especially like at halftime or by like the 60th minute, he has less touches than the opposition goalkeeper sometimes.
But he always seems to come up big in the big moments.
Yeah, he's a big game player. He loves the big moments. And in the role Coleman played him for the Netherlands national team, he always gets involved more, gets on the ball more, is able to show his talent that he doesn't always show at Liverpool.
A man relegated with Newcastle to Barcelona.
And winning the Premier League and Champions League.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Jesus
I feel like that's a
Christ.
bit of a bigger
Holy
deal
shit,
than...
Liverpool won the Champions League? When the fuck that
I feel
happened?
like that's a bigger deal than just going to Barcelona. I mean, Martin Braithwaite went to Barcelona. So
What's number 10 jersey?
He will wear the number 10. Messi's going to be demoted to number 9. He's going to take over Luis Suarez, his dearly departed best friend.
But yeah, no, that's probably the biggest story. I mean, there's been a couple big...
Do you want to talk about Chelsea?
Well, yeah, I was going to walk into that.
We not too much because I know very soon we're going to have an interview with a few...
Well, on Tuesday, we're going to release a video where we did a bit of a Chelsea transfer breakdown with our friend Money Mac and Cheyenne from the Next Generation Football podcast, so that'll be fun.
Maddie will keep this nice, short, and sweet for you then. Chelsea made a lot of big moves. Chelsea are good in transfer market.
We might as well discuss it as a group.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
King Kai. You have a good relationship with King Kai.
King Kai's my dude.
Will the interview be on audio apps?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll upload these interviews finally up.
We have audio apps?
We never really discussed that. We are, we do appreciate people who are listening on Spotify and Apple, Google, Anchor, wherever you're listening to on audio platforms. We do appreciate that. We don't give you all the attention that we do YouTube, but yeah.
How do we feel about King Kai Havertz coming to the Prem?
It's a good signing.
How big of an impact will he have?
I think he might need a season to adapt, but he also is a very good young talent.
I mean, obviously he's going to need time to adapt. Most players coming into the Premier League need time to adapt.
Chelsea are going to be interesting next season because they've made all these signings, made huge deals.
Yeah.
The question is, can those individual players come together and collectively form a really good team?
Or will they take season? I don't know. I think
it
might take a season to kind of get them all working together. I think Kai Havertz
at this point in time, I would not doubt Frank. This guy brought a whole bunch of kids to the Champions League.
I think they've fixed a lot of the issues they've had. I mean, goalkeepers are the biggest issue, but then again, I think if you have a really good defensive line, which I think they now have.
That's their next step. They need to get that kid the fuck out of there.
They need to get.
They're not going to sell him.
It's not even like he was.
They can't afford to sell him.
Yeah, they can't. There's no way they're going to just sell him after spending like $70 million on him.
They're going to get rid of him. It's not even like he was the kind of goal like David De Gea had a bad season, but not bad enough where it was like, holy shit, this guy needs to go now.
It's not only that, but just his attitude.
Exactly, he's bad.
He's not good for the dressing room.
Well, I don't really know about that. We don't really see what goes.
Did you not see the Carabao Cup final last year?
Refused to be subbed off.
I heard there was a bit of miscommunication between those two.
I don't
put
care.
The board up with his number and he was like, "Fuck that smoke, I'm staying on."
Yeah, and it's like, as a young goalkeeper, not like he's been there for years, but as a young player who's been there for a season, maybe two, that's ballsy.
Dude, even if you're Petr Cech, if you're asked to get off the pitch, get the fuck off the pitch.
Yeah.
Even Cristiano gets subbed.
Yeah.
He's not happy when he gets subbed.
I was just thinking, because I heard things after that event, like everything was all good between them.
His number was on the board.
I know.
Off. Sarri is an interesting manager. I mean, I'm not going to get too much into him because he obviously has issues wherever he kind of goes.
Yeah, it's called smoking.
I mean, I don't think that's the issue.
No.
You never know. Sarri's Chelsea was not a cohesive Chelsea. Frank Lampard seems to have brought a bit more cohesion to the squad. They're more together, it seems. And I mean, not only is this 11 on paper a lot better, but they should be, are they potentially Premier League challengers?
Well, they definitely should. By the end of the season, they should definitely be close to that because, well, if you make that many signings for those type of values with that type of stature of some of those players, it'd be very disappointing not to be competing.
Yeah, man, you would know all about that.
He said there's going to be a Chelsea interview coming out. There will also.
I'm just saying, if Liverpool do not make enough signings, Chelsea will leapfrog them this season.
Well, what I'm saying is there's going to be a Premier League prediction episode coming out on the 90th minute, closer to the beginning of the start of the season. So make sure you're subscribed for that, because we will break down what we think the Premier League will finish like, and we'll see where we all put Chelsea.
No offense, because that's not holistically, incorrect. They could be better than you.
No, I don't.
If they gel
right now, yeah.
If they gel the way that they look, they honestly could be a better team.
If Chelsea come out flying,
you're a Liverpool fan, so I'm not taking your opinion.
Timo Werner's on fire.
I'm being realistic.
Realistically, the way I look at it, I think Liverpool have two experienced attackers in Mane and Salah. And you have
a defensive striker and Bobby Firmino.
You have a bit of a stronger defense because of Van Dijk.
Can we talk about Liverpool for a little bit?
Okay,
let's talk about financially. This club, they don't want to spend $30 million on a very world class Thiago. The club is not broke, but the club is not financially solid right now.
LeBron James needs to put some of his Nike endorsement into that club.
You're a Liverpool fan.
From what I understand, we didn't want to spend a bunch of money right now because
you can't afford 30 mil.
50 million as well for Werner.
I don't run.
Werner, I don't know why you didn't get that deal done.
I don't run the club's finances.
I understand.
I watched the video.
Can you explain to us why Liverpool are not able to pay these?
So Liverpool, well, they'd have to pay high wages to keep these top players at their club, obviously, and high agent fees as well.
Liverpool have the second highest wages in the Premier League behind Manchester United.
Liverpool don't do these shady deals with or shady bonuses that some clubs might do.
Well, it's time to get on that because it clearly works.
Didn't work last season.
It's their owner. Their owner has a different philosophy than Sheikh Mansour and Roman Abramovich. He doesn't want to spend on players.
Let Liam speak.
Because what his idea when he came to the club was, I'm not going to just spend millions and millions and millions. I'm going to invest in the club so the club can ultimately run itself and repay me. So he invested in Anfield by building a better stadium. He's invested in their youth academy by building better facilities.
And the youth academy it's not just the youth academy, it's the whole facility being combined to one.
It's becoming just this world-class training facility.
Yeah.
So that's what he's invested in. So the club can kind of, instead of just being a roller coaster where it's up, down, of good, bad, it's going to be more stable and they'll repay him that way. That was his vision at least. But I think we're in a time where money talks. Big money talks. We see Man City, we see PSG, we see Barcelona spending $300 million on 3 players. We see United with their stupid amount of spending that you guys do. You're Premier League champions. You want to challenge for Champions League.
Money, how much money is Juventus aside from Cristiano Ronaldo? How much money is Juventus? But they literally got Artur for $10 million.
That's a great deal.
Yeah. Well, they
made some good deals.
They spent 10 mil.
They spent a lot of money, but they also sold Pjanic for a lot of money.
They spent
Thiago needs to happen.
on him.
Well, that doesn't. It's for the financial books. It's like financial cooking.
Net. If they sold one
Thiago
for 70,
needs to
net
happen.
isn't the most important thing with these financials.
But that's how much they spent net, which is what I just said, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's not the most important thing that clubs look at.
They spent $10 million net.
Can we talk about Liverpool,
Exactly.
please?
I was just gonna say that your owner looks like a goody two shoes compared to Man City and Roman.
Oh, 100%.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
This is not a bad thing. You're kind of doing well right now, but
the thing is, can this team right now that Jurgen Klopp has built that is good for this moment right now, and maybe the next 2-3 seasons, are they able to not only compete but win the tournaments that they're in?
Well, we can definitely win the tournaments we're in.
Can
There's
you?
no doubt.
Do you think they can?
They went deep in the Champions League.
Coming into this Premier League season, I have a lot of questions about Liverpool that I did not have the last 2 seasons.
Why? Because they were struggling towards the end of last season because they won the league and probably weren't going
Form
100%.
dipped, which, I mean, what happens? Form is up and down. That's whatever. It's, let's say you sell Gini Wijnaldum to Barcelona. Okay, he's out of the club. If he's not replaced by Thiago or someone else,
he likely will be, though.
Hopefully, but you don't know for sure. But if he's not replaced, is there good enough competition in that midfield?
I think Keita's pretty good.
Yeah, Keita's starting
you'll get a chance to
Okay,
shine.
so you have Fabinho, you have Henderson, you have Keita.
And Milner.
Oxlade-Chamberlain, meh. Milner, he's 36 years old.
Don't be too harsh. He's 34.
But you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying.
No, well,
this club is good. I'm not saying
we're not going to sell Gini Wijnaldum if we're not going to bring someone in. That'd be completely pointless for a club to do that.
I agree, but I don't know. I don't run their transfers.
We've barely had any sales this year, which
As
is
someone not a fan of either of the two biggest teams in England. If I was to look at it from an outside perspective, Manchester City are set up in a better fashion for the future than Liverpool currently is.
Well,
that is a fact.
Manchester City are able to spend their money. It's
absolutely inexcusable if they lose Sergio Aguero to any untimely cause. They have Gabby goal. They have Phil fucking Foden.
Yeah.
Like, this team this team had so much depth that they let go of Jadon Sancho.
Yeah.
This team is the structure of the squad, which is undoubtedly the most important thing for winning a trophy.
I think the only weak spot is their back line.
Yeah, which if they sign Koulibaly, which is 75
million. They can spend. They're willing to spend 75 million on him. Liverpool can't spend 75 million.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Does that mean you are not?
That's what I'm saying.
Are you able to compete with Man City over the long term?
Like, if you're not willing to spend money, it's hard.
Well, I think they still have the X factor in Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, but how long is Jurgen Klopp going to be there if they're no longer at the top of their tables?
If he leaves, what happens?
Yeah.
Well, that's why they're planning now. His contract's till 2024.
I know that you're investing in your youth. I know that. I mean, you have a good youth prospects coming through with Nico Williams and Van der Berg or whatever at center back. I mean, you have options there. Joe Gomez is not old by any means, but I don't know. It's just, I have questions with Liverpool
last year,
this season.
Liverpool made no signings.
You got to spend money to make money because they already had a good team.
They scored 98 points and they didn't win the Premier League.
It's a prime example of this is Barcelona. You have everything a club could possibly need. Everything. Literally everything. And yes, we spent a shit ton of money, but if your good players aren't replaced, this is what happens. Literally this.
Remember Ferguson?
Plus, I think title-winning teams are always looking ways to kind of tweak their team and replace current players.
You need to stay fresh. Sir Alex Ferguson said was, when you win a title, you cannot keep the same team. You have to bring someone in to bring competition.
That obviously didn't work last season.
With who?
Well, we didn't bring anyone new in, and we still won the title. Obviously, we should.
You didn't win the year
before.
You
didn't win the year before.
It was close enough, though. It was very
second.
Close. No, but
yeah.
But I'm saying when you win the league,
every good team
you need
evolves.
competition. Like,
yeah.
United won the league, and they turned around and brought in Van Nistelrooy. What's a hell of a guy to bring in?
That was just a big dick move. That one.
Van Nistelrooy or Van Persie won?
Van Nistelrooy.
It was the same thing. We got second, and we're like, yo, let's just get Van Persie.
Both.
But after that, we all know what happened.
So the things you got to do, like Liverpool, ideally should have gone Timo Werner.
Yeah.
They should have gone.
I think you could have fit in the front four.
Weren't you guys saying that? Oh, you shouldn't sign him because he's going to be. Is he going to start over the front three?
That's for Timo Werner's sake, but for Liverpool's sake, Timo Werner would have been the move.
My thing is, if you have the front three that you currently have, and you bring in Timo Werner, you could figure out how to fit all four of them in, or B, have competition. Firmino doesn't score in 5 games. Sorry, Bobby, we have Timo on the bench. He's coming in. You have to be productive, otherwise you're dropped.
Like, I'm not saying no one's.
I don't think Takumi Minamino is good enough to be competition to Bobby Firmino.
I just hate that man.
But
I just don't rate him.
Nobody's saying Liverpool's bad. Obviously, Liverpool are, if not the best team in the league,
they're
the second
right
best
up
team
there.
in the league.
They're right up there.
But it's gone to the point. It's been the point for decades. Not even just the last couple of years. If you don't spend money to improve your squad, you get left behind.
Yeah.
It just seems like the other teams are starting to catch up with them.
What parts do you improve? Like, other than the midfield?
If you need to sign back,
you can still get a striker. A little bit of squad depth. Your squad depth is starting
I would have gone for a striker before I went for a midfielder.
Why?
Because what did Bobby do last season? He didn't score at home.
Are you kidding me?
Lucas, if a player like Thiago wants to join your
if you have a
club,
striker who doesn't score in half of his games,
it was rather impressive that he didn't score it.
I thought that was the past how many years are we doing this podcast? 3 years?
This is the 3rd year going.
Okay. Since the beginning of the 90th minute, how many times have I raved and loved the Liverpool front three? It was my favorite thing in the world. Heavy metal football.
You're only raving for 1 year, and then you're starting to attack them.
I don't think so.
Well, you weren't. You were starting. You're saying, okay, maybe more to Mo Salah.
Lucas, this is your club, and I get it. And Bobby Firmino, yes, he does a whole bunch of other shit. Yes, he plays false 9. Yes, all this crap. He scored 1 goal. Like, I don't care if he's passing the ball.
A player has one bad season and you write him off?
Dude, 1 goal at Anfield.
Hazard had a crap
On
season
what?
in
The second highest scoring team in the Prem. He had 1 goal at
38
home.
matches, 9 goals, 8 assists.
That is
That's
unimpressive.
not good enough.
That is incredibly unimpressive.
Champions League, he had 8 matches, 1 goal.
Like shit, dude. If Sadio Mane has an off season, it's not that bad.
I mean, that's a luxury Liverpool have. They have
Like,
2 of the best wingers in the world.
Arguably the best players.
which
in the world.
from how Firmino plays gets them involved more into the match. They
100%.
But look,
I'm not
and
saying
there's a lot of
Firmino's
times.
bad.
There's a lot of times when
But
you
look at MSN.
Please let me speak. There's a lot of times in matches where we change up the style. Firmino plays a little deeper. Salah goes in striker, and it works.
Yes, it is.
It was how many goals did they score last year?
A lot.
1 at home. 1.
I mean,
One. Literally one. At the end
it's like
of
I
the
said,
year.
Ultimately, I go into this season with questions on Liverpool. That's all I am. I have questions.
I have no doubt that they'll finish first or second. No doubt. At the rate Chelsea's going, is Chelsea gonna be better than Liverpool in 5 years? Absolutely. No questions.
Unless Liverpool are able to find some gems
Literally,
and get things
undoubtedly, Chelsea will be better than you in 5 years. I will put it on.
Well,
put it
they're
on
spending
record
more money right now,
Yeah.
so
Dude, they
How
have
do you feel?
Kai Havertz and
You've been
Timo
quiet.
Werner.
You've been quiet for 5 minutes.
I feel like Jurgen Klopp needs to start building his second
It's
team.
not Jurgen Klopp's fault.
No, but I feel like he still needs to start.
I'm sure Jurgen Klopp really wanted Timo Werner.
well, I think Jurgen Klopp understands the situation he has at the club.
Then again,
Yeah, so it's not his fault.
Jurgen Klopp has been able to bring in gems, and they turn
Well,
into world class
exactly.
players.
Exactly. Jurgen Klopp was able to turn
Yeah.
Borussia Dortmund around how many times and
he
find
didn't-
gems.
Even Liverpool, though, like how many of those players were world class before they came? Van Dijk and
That's what I'm
Alisson,
trying
maybe.
to say.
Like Salah wasn't world class. He was very
Mane
good.
either.
But still,
So,
30
but-
million.
No, but they are right, and I'll give them that credit. Liverpool and Klopp have the ability to sign someone from a lower team and turn them into world class talent.
Look, Klopp was able to do that at Dortmund as well. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
Lewandowski wasn't world class. Aubameyang wasn't world class when he brought him in. Götze wasn't. Royce wasn't.
Yeah.
They just turn into excellent
So
players.
the thing is-
he knows what he wants in a player. He knows what he sees in a
Liverpool
player.
need to rely on that, on youth and on scouting.
But the matter of the fact is,
it's
Yeah.
now, it's here now.
At the same time, though, yes, he can turn a bunch of really not so notable players into some of the world's best players. But you have one of the world's best players who's going to be coming to you for the price of a not so notable player
Yeah.
at 30 million.
I think the matter of the fact is,
Dude, you'll get that much money back on shirt sales. Sell the man. Buy him.
To
Buy
be
him,
fair, we
please.
don't really know how badly the coronavirus kind of costed, Liverpool financially. We don't know where
It's like they are pumping a lot of money into the academy, into the stadium
Yes, they
upgrades.
are, 100%.
And that, like, and obviously if you're that, it in fact impacts expenses, and that adds more loss to your profit. And if you have a lower profit, you can't spend as much.
I mean, it's,
Well,
Unless if you're Manchester City and you
I
get the
also-
lawyers to get out of financial fair play.
I feel like
again, do what you got to do to win, bro.
if Klopp leaves,
Talk,
who's
Messi.
who is really gonna do what he did?
I guarantee you, Steven Gerrard.
Oh, he's
becomes the
probably
next
gonna be.
manager.
He's basically being.
What the fuck has he won?
He's getting groomed.
He's at Rangers.
He
Give him
won
a fucking
one
break.
game against
Dude,
Celtic
give
him a
and
break.
headbutted a camera.
Oh, let's turn into a very long Liverpool discussion that we
It's
did
a
not
big
plan
topic.
at all.
It's a big topic, though. It's something.
I think you guys are
I'm just glad it's
overblowing
nothing.
this more than it really should be.
Well, it's typically.
Comment down below. Give us your thoughts.
I'm not trying to
typically
overblow
in
anything. I'm trying
past
to be
seasons-
realistic. It's just the way the world works, Lucas.
In past seasons, when a Premier League champion becomes a champion, they typically do make some signings in the summer.
Like
Unless you're
literally-
Manchester United of 2013.
This is though a bit of a
But-
different summer, though.
It definitely
Different
is.
circumstances.
If this was
But-
FIFA career mode, then
look-
yeah, Liverpool would probably sign Werner and
But
Thiago, but
look, Liam, you say it's a different summer, yet Chelsea's buying whoever they want.
because
They had a transfer. They couldn't make any signings, and they did sell Hazard for 100 million.
and Morata for 6.
plus-
Exactly.
plus
that is there.
they-
That's
Yeah.
why Liverpool were able to spend in the past. They sold Coutinho for over
Exactly.
100 million. They were able to spend
I
a lot
mean,
of money.
Arsenal's broke, and they signed some players who are going to up their squad.
Like who?
One of them was signed beforehand, but they signed a center back.
They're not spending like 50, 60
But they
million
signed
though.
them. They spent the money they have to improve their squad. Plus, is what I'm saying.
Plus, Chelsea also have the X factor of the queen of football. I can't remember the name off
Yes.
the top of it, but she just gets deals done.
and the guy with one of the most expensive yachts in the world. midfield.
Yeah, Roman Abramovich just does his thing.
Also, Man United is looking to finally start spending a little bit. They signed Van de Beek, and now they're going to try to get Reguilon in.
Johnny Van de Beek is actually. I know we talked about it before, but I think he's going to be very good for the Premier League.
He's a good signing, 23, so he can play different roles. I like it.
I feel bad for Ajax
because what formation do you guys? If you guys play a 4-3-3, it'd be ideal.
I think we do more run a 4-2-3-1
because you do have three potentially box-to-box midfielders. But
Van
if you
de
want a
Beek will be a
4-2-3-1, you do need a CDM.
Van de Beek and Pogba would be your CDM,
But
and then
those
use
aren't their
Bruno
best
Fernandes.
roles,
No.
though. That's like putting squares into circles.
I don't think it's that far off.
It's not their ideal position. Can it work?
But Van
Yes.
de Beek did play a lot of the CDM role
He
at
did.
Ajax
He did.
this season, so he knows he can perform pretty well there.
I think
Like Pogba can play CDM.
Yeah.
It's just not where I want to see Pogba
I think-
play. It's just not.
unless you
I think
begin
we
life,
could see
life without
Van de Beek
Pogba.
being more defensive this year, which is not the worst thing in the world. And Matic is still the club who's been proven.
Matic can go.
Matic
No,
is-
no,
Fred
no.
Jabak.
Matic
do
is not that bad.
I read
Do not say that.
I read an article saying Matic was the 20th best defensive midfielder in the world.
You also read something that said fucking Declan Rice is the best in the Prem. That blows my brains out. Honest to Christ.
I do think Matic is kind of underrated at the moment. For
Well,
like,
I just hope you guys play a 4-3-3. That's all I'm gonna say because you guys have
I just
three good
it was-
box
Does Greenwood start?
Well,
No.
I know depends who we sign.
but
but-
who's there? Do they have a?
Daniel
Do you have a
James-
right mid?
Yes,
Don't fucking talk about fucking Daniel.
Daniel James is the right.
I
mid.
will start Greenwood
That's
out
the-
of position.
No, that's where Greenwood's been playing.
Thank you.
Greenwood
That's what I'm
doesn't
saying.
right.
That's where he's been
Don't
playing.
tell me
Martial,
Daniel James.
Rashford.
I asked you if you have a capable right mid. I didn't ask you if you had Daniel
His
James.
name, his name is Mason Greenwood.
He
right
can run.
That's what I'm
about
saying.
it.
If they don't find a right mid, Mason Greenwood should start
Yeah,
there.
they don't have to Heath Chong anymore. So like,
But
But here's the thing. I think you said Matic should go. I don't think so. I think he's very good to our team.
I don't think Matic
He's
should
very
go.
good right now.
so with Van de Beek, like I like him as a player. I like the things. I like what he's like the things he's wearing number 34 for his friend Nuri.
Yeah.
yes,
I'm not fully convinced on how he's gonna fit with Pogba and Bruno Fernandes. Like I don't see them how they're gonna
figure
fit
it
playing
out.
at the same
Again,
time.
as I say, if they play a 4-3-3,
But I still don't see that working
that's
as well.
three good box.
That's the thing.
Mids. That's literally all
I
you need
think
for a 4-3-3.
I think the three of them can cover each other and
Yeah.
they can figure it out.
They're all very intelligent players.
If
so
they're
they'll-
playing
they'll
two
work-
center
yeah.
defensive mids, it's slightly less defensive than I would like. But is it the worst possible scenario? No, it's not.
I guess I'll just watch Manchester
It's
United
still-
just to see, and maybe
it's
I'll
still-
understand
it's
it better.
It will probably work well,
And I
especially
think
if
it's
they play
still
4-3-3.
more convincing than just throwing or Fred or McTominay.
But wasn't Fred playing
Exactly.
better towards
He
the end
was,
of the
yeah.
He
year?
was
but there's-
actually.
And he
I'd
was,
rather have Van de Beek than Fred.
But like with Fred or
Even
like
out of
there's
position.
But with
still
Van de Beek, he's 23 years old.
Yeah.
You can grow him. You can
Still
mold
with-
him. He can become the
Fred's
player you need him
good.
to
I
become.
I don't
Fred's
trust
gotten
Ole
better.
molding anything.
He was at Molde though.
Fred's gotten better. McTominay's getting better. It's just there's still question marks around him. I think. I mean, McTominay had that fantastic game at City, but I mean it's one game. But I don't know. Reguilon will be a good signing.
but that's not even for sure. That he was just offered to you
Still,
guys.
at least it's known that we're actually interested in him.
But Sevilla is also interested in bringing him
yeah,
back on
well,
loan.
screw off Sevilla. You don't need to loan him again.
I mean, if they don't want him, I'll take him. Will we get him?
Generally,
No,
I wouldn't
but
mind
would take
having competition between Williams, Reguilon, and Shaw.
You don't need three left backs.
Competition is key.
You don't need three left
I mean,
backs.
it's really like 2.5 because Luke Shaw is going to get injured again.
Luke Shaw is injury prone, but he's played good in our team, and Brandon Williams is still very
I
young.
like Brandon Williams.
Yeah, but towards the end of the season, he wasn't performing.
That
very
guy's
well.
so vanilla. I don't see
So-
that guy be one of the best left backs in the world. I don't see it.
He's also right-footed too. So
Oh,
Yeah.
then definitely not, dude. That doesn't count. He's not.
He was very good. He's got good worth ethic, but he's starting to get bodied towards the end of the season.
One thing that doesn't make sense is a fucking right foot. Unless you're Hakimi,
Yeah.
and you're just
Yeah.
just an overall big G,
Yeah.
and you're big, dynamic, and as fast.
Or
as
you're
Alphonso
Mason
Davies.
Greenwood, where even Harry Kane's like, yeah, I don't know which foot is his.
But that's what I'm
strongest.
saying. Dude, as a left back, you need to be left footed.
I know, but
Unless, of course,
Yeah.
as I said before, you were Hakimi and you're
Yeah.
just big, fast.
yeah. So, or maybe Alphonso Davies.
We talked a
He's
lot.
left footed.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about the Premier League. Leeds United, they are making some good signings.
That's the first team you go to when it comes to big signings. When Everton is just splashing the cash on whoever.
Yeah, Everton's made some big.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go through the Premier League. I was gonna
I
say Leeds.
understand you have a nice little love for Leeds United.
I don't actually.
Bullshit.
I don't like
Sorry.
him that much.
I
I don't
checked
like
You're having
him.
an affair with
Everton are about that like.
Okay, we'll talk about Everton then.
Underrated.
James.
Well, Allen's pretty good. Ducoure's
Allen's
pretty
good.
good. I
Wait,
Wait, is
think
Ducroix official or?
they're
It's
leading.
very
It's almost
close,
done
yeah.
deal. So,
Fabrizio
Yeah.
Romano said it was nearly here we go
and there's only one man you can trust in the world. That's Fabrizio.
for Fabrizio. But yes, you're
Yeah,
right.
pretty much. To be fair.
Everton are making very good signings in the midfield. James Rodriguez, of course, is going to grab the headlines. I do think he is slightly past his best,
Yeah.
but he is a good player, and it's good to see him come to the Premier League. That's what Carlo Ancelotti brings you. He's able to make those signings.
Yeah.
I mean, their midfield now is like 50 times better than last year.
Is
That wasn't very difficult though.
Yeah.
that team, is this current team, plus Ancelotti, good enough to qualify for Europa League?
Europa League's
They'll be
definitely
competitive.
possible.
Yeah.
That's their goal, I
I
believe.
think they have a better squad.
I think the
than
Prem in
Spurs.
general will be competitive as hell.
Like,
I think so.
if Ancelotti can fix their defensive issues that they had last season, which I didn't pay too much attention to Everton late last season because, well, obviously, but if they can fix or at least make those issues not as bad as they were last year, then I think it could look good. I think they still are missing a bit
Why
of
don't you
killer
trust-
instinct in
why don't you trust
attack.
I think
Dominic?
Richarlison can be that guy.
Yeah.
Could Moise Kean do something under Ancelotti?
Calvin Lewin.
Fuck, I don't know. I
Get
think
some
that
good
guy's
forwards. I mean, Everton's
I
looking
think the
to
guy's
finally.
confidence is gone. Calvert-Lewin does not convince me.
That's
really-
what I've been saying.
He's really not that good. He's really not that good, but I just love the guy.
I'm guaranteed he's a good dude, but like,
He gets into good
see
positions,
it.
but it's just his goal scoring ability. I don't think
I
is
think,
that good.
I think what just shows the pulling power like Carlo Ancelotti has.
He's a world class
He has
manager.
connections everywhere. Players love
getting-
playing under him.
imagine getting a law to fucking Everton. Good job.
He's not as good as he was 2 years ago, but he's still a great player.
Maybe Ancelotti can now bring like Marcelo from Real Madrid.
That will not happen.
No
I
problem.
don't think so.
Just bringing some players from Real Madrid,
That is,
Bayern.
that is a pay packet they simply
Yup.
cannot afford.
Yeah,
And then we should mention Wolves because
yeah. They also
They
made
broke
that. They signed
their transfer record.
they signed an 18-year-old for
18-year-old
40 million euros.
like 35. Yeah.
No.
I think it was 35 million pounds, and
So-
that was apparently that's because Jorge Mendes was very much involved in that deal,
Classic.
and he's helped Wolves a lot in the past. So now they're doing Porto a favor.
He's been
Yeah.
he's been involved in like all of their deals.
Yep.
I mean, this kid supposedly is a fantastic talent out of Porto. 40 million is a lot to play for an 18-year-old that's really unproven, but you never know. Wolves have seemingly they see something in the guy.
I mean, they brought Ruben Neves in from Porto when
Yeah.
he was very young, and
Yeah.
he's been stellar for them. I think Wolves shouldn't be too mad about this, especially if they still get to keep Raul
I just love how
Jimenez.
this team is just Portuguese. Like
Oh, they have a Mexican. That's
they
bad.
do. They also have,
Spanish.
they lost to Irish, but they look. I think my favorite Wolves player left this summer. I gotta be honest.
You're not a big. You're not.
I love Adama. Matt Doherty, really, I love the
You're
guy.
not as big of a Wolves stan
I do.
anymore.
I don't know.
My thing, I feel kind of bad.
I'm happy he went to Spurs.
I'm
though.
kind of. Oh yeah, that's true.
I think he'll do well there.
It's fine.
Goodbye, Sergio.
If I was
he
Wolves, I'd
loves
probably try to
Arsenal.
sign Eric Dyer as well.
Who?
Eric Dyer.
Who's gonna sign
To
Eric
Wolves.
Dyer?
He can speak Portuguese.
Yeah, exactly. He's raised in Portugal.
I
Actually,
know, but why would Wolves want to touch Eric Dyer?
it's not terrible.
Because
Man's
he's
a bit of a-
Portuguese.
Yeah, he's
He's
got.
not Portuguese. But
Portuguese enough.
Yeah, he is honestly. Grew up in the streets.
I know, because him and Mourinho are talking in
Yeah.
Portuguese.
Yeah, if you watched the All or
Portuguese by trade.
Nothing. I was watching that scene. I'm like, this guy knows Portuguese
That
really
guy
well.
looks uncultured as fuck, so it's pretty impressive.
So
He just looks like an old school, like
No
hard
part
lad.
of no part of Eric Dyer looks like, yeah, this guy probably speaks
Yeah.
more than one language. I guarantee you this guy probably doesn't even speak his own language that well. But no, he speaks Portuguese, so good for him.
Also, Harry Kane's very angry.
why?
Every second word that man says is "f this, f that."
I feel-
his team job is
Let's-
lads.
I don't know
Let's fucking
If
win
so you watch All or Nothing a little bit, right?
a little bit.
So I know there gets to a part where Mourinho just rips on Dele Alli, calling him
Yeah.
lazy
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time he's in the room.
Yeah.
You're fucking lazy.
He is
Laziest
though.
player I've ever seen.
He is though.
So lazy. Every time Dele Alli is mentioned, he's like, great attitude, great kid, it's just lazy. Jesus Christ.
But could you not say that that's probably
true.
correct?
Wait, I found
He's a great talent.
The most interesting part I found, it kind of related to United, of course. Probably the only advice that Ferguson gave Jose Mourinho was sign Dele Alli.
He didn't do
That's
it.
the only advice he gave Mourinho. I like that kid a lot. He's really good. He's United quality.
Yeah.
And now he's stuck with him.
Yep.
Rough.
So
Can we talk about Leeds now? Like, get
Sure,
my head
you like
chopped
Leeds.
off. I mean, that's a great sign with Rodrigo. It's a great deal.
it didn't happen like 2 weeks ago.
I know, but Leeds are doing things.
Can I
They're-
put out
I
a public
understand,
service
they're making-
announcement? As a member player who plays FIFA a lot, please can you not fucking sign Ryan Kent? For the love of everything
Oh,
that I
But by the way,
of all my sanity for next
Wolves
year,
did
please.
make another signing today. It was Marcel, the Brazilian center back.
Yes, yeah.
He was
You can
from
play
Lyon,
fullback as
quite
well.
good. Marcel? I don't know if that is how you pronounce it.
Marcel.
Yeah.
They're also going
good.
to might be signing DePaul soon, who's a pretty good midfielder from Serie A.
Okay.
So
Well,
That
Wolves
guy
are making
Argentinian.
deals.
yeah,
They
They,
can't
they
sign
want to
him.
qualify for Europa League and they want to have the depth to qualify for Europa League, which is good to
this
see.
is Leeds.
Oh, they're talking about fucking Wolves still.
No,
Sorry. Well, Leeds.
Who
are
knows?
still-
Maybe Leeds will qualify for Europe.
I don't think so, but you never know.
But
cup run.
Marcel.
people are
Bielsa.
expecting big things from Leeds this season. Watch them finish like 14th.
I mean, that's not the
That's
worst
not
thing
bad.
in the world.
But that's good for a promoted team.
I would take that if I was a
You
Leeds.
watched that Premier League prediction video. I have Leeds or an
Yes,
asterisk
we are
for me.
recording our Premier League predictions Tuesday, so we'll expect a video sometime this week.
Yeah,
maybe.
Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
Yep.
So should we move the questions, or you wait for Nations League happened?
I'm
Did anyone
good.
follow that
Scotland
really?
drew Israel.
I didn't watch any of it.
Great fucking job, Scotland. You pissed me off.
Can I be honest? You guys better beat the Czech Republic.
That game might not even happen
Why?
because the Czech Republic, half their team has COVID.
No, yeah. So I heard they called up a whole different team.
Yeah,
There's-
like,
there's-
it might not even happen because the coaching staff and everything's just a shambles.
Well,
right
I
now.
heard with the Czech Republic, it's like they will only be fielding 2 players that have ever been capped for the national
Yeah,
team.
because like their entire national
So
team
if you
got
can,
COVID.
if you need points, just beat Czech Republic.
It's Scotland.
Imagine they
man.
lose. I'd be
It's Scotland.
fucking-
I wouldn't be shocked if we
I'll
lost.
be really honest. Like I think all our national teams have been just kind of disappointing recently. Poland's been
Are
kind of
the,
shit.
are the reggae boys doing anything?
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
Leon Bailey.
I mean, smoking probably. Other than that, not a whole lot of football probably.
In terms of like national teams, our countries are shit.
Well, I mean, at least Poland's improved a lot over. Since
Shut up.
the
You
decade
literally
ago.
just have Lewandowski.
You have Lewandowski.
That's it.
But even on paper, our team isn't the worst without him. I was looking at that team like this actually isn't terrible.
The only position
than
I think
Jamaica.
Scotland's really good at is
That's not
left
saying a lot.
back.
The current team without Lewandowski is still better than whatever we had in the 2000s. Like,
Yep.
so I don't know. Krychowiak's not bad. That Cleach, he plays for Leeds. Apparently, he's been very good for Leeds.
Oh,
And-
Gumni. Where's Gumni?
Gumne.
Gumni.
He's right back. I don't know if did he get called up? I don't know.
I know he got a bad injury
And
a while
then
ago, but I don't know if he's...
Zelensky's good, and our we always have a striker who does well in the leagues, but he doesn't really do. Unless
You have one coming through the under 21s.
Yeah, play him.
Patrick Klamala.
I don't care until he starts scoring.
All I'm gonna say is if England didn't start poaching our players, we'd be sick. All right, that's all I'm gonna say.
Hey man, we could have Miroslav Klose and Podolski.
Dude, we could have Raheem Sterling. Fuck you.
Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker.
And Raheem,
Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Off.
Raheem Sterling went to the same house party
To
that
be
Usain
fair-
Bolt got the virus.
To be fair, there could have been a few good African nations if France just didn't take all their players.
That's yeah.
But that's colonization's a different story.
Honestly.
Can I get a repeat on that? Colonization.
Colonization.
You said colonization, sir.
I'm sorry.
You did, technically.
It just sounded different. I apologize.
Colonization.
It's okay.
Yeah, it sounds
We've
like
come
something.
here to take your colon.
Colonization. Let's maybe move on to questions.
I also want to
Unless-
mention Ansu Fati. He's now Spain's youngest ever goal scorer.
Good
Yeah.
job, Ansu.
Also, I don't know if we should bring this up, but shout out to Yaya Toure.
Oh, no, we're not getting into that. No.
Why? He just brought in 19 prostitutes into a hotel and they got banned by UNICEF.
My guy.
He didn't bring them. It was, he,
Yeah, like, let's
He
explain
threatened
this. 'Cause This is kind of, obscene, but
This
kind
is
of funny.
risque.
because he texted because there's a soccer aid thing in England or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
There's like the World 11 like versus like celebrities basically, and he was on the World 11 for Soccer 8, and yeah, he was like in a group chat, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna bring 19 prostitutes to our hotel, and they're all like, they tattled on him to the coach
Yeah.
basically.
My guy.
He's grown ass man, like, coach. Yeah, wants to bring prostitutes to our hotel, so they kicked him off the team. Bullshit.
To be fair, Lucas, I
Let
understand
the
like,
man live.
why you don't want us to talk about this, but we also drop a lot of F-bombs on this podcast and swear a lot, so it's not like it's going to damage us.
We are adults.
I do not fuck.
I know we have like a younger audience, but yeah.
We are adults.
Don't do what Yaya did, essentially.
Don't be like Yaya.
Just a few prostitutes.
If you're going to be upset, ask for a birthday
But-
cake.
Just don't do what he did, but become a great footballer.
Sure.
There you go.
Questions?
Also want another highlight
Don't
from that.
get enough prostitutes for the boys, just enough for yourself. Pro tip.
This guy's different sauce.
Okay, but there's a highlight from that Soccer Aid match.
Okay.
You guys know Jeremy Lynch?
Yeah, what happened? What happened?
I fucking this guy.
They were all our TikTok comments. What happened? Tell me what happened.
So
Lucas, I'll do it. I hate that cut. Yeah, it's cool.
you used to like him.
Dude, until I realized he's
Who's Jeremy?
What
He's part of the F2.
Oh. What happened? Tell us.
So you guys know the Wembley Cup?
Yes.
Yeah. So it was run by Spencer
Yeah.
He released a 3-part series video of everything that went wrong because at the end of the last Wembley Cup, there was some tension between. I recommend watching those.
I heard about this. Yeah,
there's some tension with the F2, mostly Jeremy Lynch and Spencer. And well, to just summarize it quickly, the F2 won the Wembley Cup, and then afterwards, Jeremy Lynch put some comments afterwards, some snarky remarks at Spencer, and then now 2 years after this, more and more things are being revealed about what type of person he is.
such a bitch.
And
Taken.
Was he not? Yeah.
He did a Q&A.
Yes.
And they were like, so why didn't you make it professional? He's like, I was on the road. I was at Arsenal, and the coach came up to me and he was like, you're probably the best player on the ball at the whole club. Meanwhile, Thierry Henry and Bergkamp, but you're probably the best player at the ball in the entire fucking club. You just aren't very good off it, so we're gonna have to let you fuck off.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
What coach would be like, yeah, you're the best ball
When
playing
Henry
player.
was at the
All
club.
dude, Henry and Bergkamp
Yeah.
suck my dick.
Yeah, this 15-year-old child is a prodigy. Like, yeah, no.
yeah.
Dude, how
To
good?
be fair,
Even if he was that good
No,
and he was
I-
bad
yeah.
off the ball, they would have just been like, hey, yo,
I
mate,
just-
you're pretty shit off the ball.
work on
Let's
it."
work
Yeah.
with you, yeah?
I remember there was a couple. I know Rio Ferdinand was saying like how Ravel Morrison
bitch.
was like one of the best young players he's ever
Ravel
seen.
Morrison was like a god. We're about to have.
Yeah, like,
There's
it's what happened that they
nothing
raved
happened.
Yeah,
about
but
it,
at least
then-
he was talented. Jeremy Lynch wasn't talented, bro. He could do a couple keepy ups.
Yeah.
You freak.
I mean, ultimately, I think he's a guy that.
This guy compared himself to the king.
I mean, I don't
Never.
know. I watched the clip of like the fight and the True Geordie broke it up. The fight.
Yeah, True
I think the
Geordie-
fight, I'm gonna say very.
Oh yeah,
loosely.
man like hacks.
If True Geordie walked up to me and I was squaring with something.
But the thing is, True Geordie didn't walk up. He just cut through the entire crowd.
What the hell's
and went,
going on here?
What's happening?
600 pounds.
He's a big boy,
And it's muscle. That guy
and
can
he's
eat me.
Geordie.
Geordie.
You never fuck with the Geordies.
That
Okay?
guy, even if he wasn't Jordan, he could probably eat me.
Yes, but the fight, basically, it was two adult children going, "Me." That's basically all it
Well,
was.
no, it's just this guy named Hacks was like pestering this Stephen Tries,
Yeah.
and Hacks was like threatening him and stuff like that.
Ultimately, it's a big load of dog shit.
But yeah,
Nothing, basically.
if you're interested in that, I would definitely recommend listening to Spencer's 3-part videos of that. There's also one part where that's part of this that's very interesting that involves kind of refereeing scandals. So
Yeah.
Bro, I feel sorry for Billy Ringrove. He has to live with this bitch. That's rough.
yeah, apparently like
How can you hate Spencer Owen? That guy's just a saint in the world of football.
He's
on
such a
YouTube.
good dude.
Yeah, he does so much for like the
Although, I mean-
FIFA community.
Although,
and
I mean,
everything.
people thought Ellen was cool, but apparently.
Oh yeah, well, that's a different, yeah. Hopefully, the 90th minute can join the Wembley Cup one day. That'd be great.
it might never happen again.
We'll play.
Oh.
We'll play the 90th minute versus the Sidemen. That's what we'll do. Charity football. Let's do it.
That'd be
I
great.
think we get our ass kicked.
I'd rather.
Unless we
I don't
can-
think so.
I would actually leave you guys. to
unless
fight the Sidemen.
unless we can recruit
No
like
offense.
our own little team from TikTok, because like there's a couple decent guys on there.
TikTok versus the Sidemen. Let's get it
Yes, TikTok football or whatever. We'll get Money Mac in there. The goat. No,
on. Do you want to do TikTok questions first? Or you want to do Instagram first?
TikTok.
Okay, that's me then. That's my time to shine.
Okay.
You look so sad there for a second.
Okay, because we also have Instagram questions, so
Yeah,
we'll actually get to that because
yeah,
someone did ask
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Get to it, big man.
Don't touch me ever again, you bitch.
Did you slap him?
I'll fight you.
I would pay
We
to
kind of
see
talked
that.
about this for a second. Jeremy Lynch is the answer, by the way. Who is the biggest failed wonder kid of all time?
Well,
Wonder Kid is a strong word for Jeremy Lynch.
I think Ravel Morrison.
Ravel Morrison's
I hope
up
put it
there.
on the
I
list.
hope Jeremy Lynch sees this and challenges me to a one-on-one, at which I will pick ping pong because you never specified you
that's
dumb
also
fuck.
likely Freddie Adu, I think.
Oh my god.
The man who was hailed as the next Pele.
No, he was.
The American
He
Pele.
was the next Pele. Pele. There's a picture of Pele holding him in his arms.
I mean, I gotta be honest. There's been a couple failed ones.
They all come from Man United or Barca. Honestly.
What was his name? The guy that scored the one goal in his debut.
Macheda.
Macheda, yeah. This
Adnan
guy,
Januzaj.
the sickest turn you've ever seen in your life, curling goal to win the game, like the 93rd minute. Does
He
nothing
scored
else
another
ever
goal,
again.
to be fair to the kid. He was a 2-hit wonder, not a 1-hit.
Adnan Januzaj
Give him a break.
Adnan Januzaj got subbed on, put 2 against Sunderland. He's like, he's the next Ronaldo.
I'm not going to say he is anymore, but I think at one point in time we would have thrown in what the fuck I was going to say, Real Madrid.
Odegaard?
Odegaard.
he's still pretty good.
I was
like-
at one point in time we could have thrown him in, but not anymore today.
I mean, he's not.
Boyan?
No, he's on the right track.
You have a couple of failed wonder kids from La
Boyan.
Masia.
Well, there's not like we had any place to fucking play the kids.
I know, but they were just so hyped up. It was like La Masia's next great thing.
Yeah, we
Everybody was
so
like the
much
next
space.
Messi.
Of course, Labasi. It was like that one man. It was like the one man U team, bro.
Delafeu.
Delphi was great.
He's still good, but
So
he's
Watford legend.
Dude, you should know everything about this, yeah?
Yeah,
Class of 92, bitch
Yeah.
ass. Don't be coming to me. Dude, yeah, we had a couple good years, okay? We had a couple good years. You know how hard it is to live up to that?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Out of everyone, you should understand.
True.
Jesus. This guy's coming out.
Every academy product. Oh, this is the next class of 92 right here.
Yeah, like, dude,
Or
we already exhausted all of our best players in 1 year, okay?
Yeah,
Next
United have to
question.
wait 15 more years.
Hold on,
Exactly.
This is a fun conversation. I'm trying to think of one more maybe.
Southampton.
Balotelli, not really a wonder kid, was he?
Yeah,
He
he
was.
was.
Yeah, he's not. He had a.
He had a good career,
was
and then he
sick
fell
for a
off a
bit.
for like
cliff.
2 years,
Fell off a
and then
cliff.
He was good.
Robinho.
He was also good for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's only when he left Real. Well, no, when he went to Real. He was good for a little bit.
Yes.
Next question. What was the best duo in football history? It might sound crazy, but I think it was James Rodriguez and Cristiano Ronaldo.
No. Apparently they were
Matthew
really good
Ochoa, you're crazy.
Apparently they're really
That's
good
wild.
friends, but no,
Best
Bale Ronaldo.
No.
Suarez Sturridge.
Actually, yes.
No.
That's,
That one season was just
yeah,
insane.
Not wrong. Rooney and Ronaldo.
Yeah, but the thing about that one's better. But the thing about most of those,
Bergkamp, Henry.
Yeah, the thing about like aside from the last two, that you guys just like the thing about those is it was kind of just one dude carrying the
Yeah.
other dude.
Sturridge was actually really good.
Sturridge was really good.
Xavi Iniesta.
Definitely did most of the work. on
Xavi
that one, you know
Iniesta.
he did.
Suarez
Yeah,
was
Xavi
suspended for
Iniesta
the
was
first
great.
8 matches.
I'm gonna
And still
Ferdinand
scored
Vidic.
so many goals.
Ferdinand Vidic is great. I'm gonna toss in potentially no. I'm gonna say Mane Salah. Those two are brilliant, but not as a duo. They're just brilliant individually.
I'm trying to think. I mean, we gotta also
Xavi
always
and
mention
Iniesta.
the some of the
Yeah.
Serie A teams. Like Milan had a couple good duos, I think,
I mean,
throughout the years.
was it everyone loved the duo of Gattuso Pirlo.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like a kind of a PK Puyol situation where one crazy fuck
Was
balanced out by one.
I can't remember, but Maldini Nesta.
No, those two were sick.
Yeah. Well, obviously we're doing different positions. I think he was
Yeah.
more
Well,
asking
they
about
never
goal scoring.
specified.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm trying to think of like
I
really
think
good front
Junior
twos.
Ronaldo was always pretty.
Vidic Ferdinand was good.
Yeah.
Messi Eto.
No.
No, was that? I can't remember.
No. Messi was never really in a
Do
duo.
you
Yeah,
remember,
no, he
do you remember
wasn't.
Thierry Henry's interview after the Champions League final where he said Henrik Larsson is the best player he's ever seen in his life? Do you remember that?
For whatever reason, I always
I
think
do.
like I
Yeah,
was.
Henrik
'cause-
Larsson.
I
I mean,
always
he hasn't watched himself.
viewed
you know?
like David Villa, Fernando Torres, Spain.
What
Wasn't
a
really
Very
duo.
good.
I'm gonna mention one that's.
It was a duo.
I'm
I'd
gonna
count that.
mention one from our TikTok from our
If you fucking
football
mention
book.
Steven Gerrard and Lucas Leiva, I leave the building.
Go ahead, Lucas.
Gabriel Jesus and Kai
Rasta.
Havertz.
I'm
And
gonna mention
Rasta.
the 1970 World Cup. Pele and Jairzinho.
Yeah, it was actually.
Did you say that because you did a TikTok on that today?
That's what I just said
the
earlier.
soccer book
Maybe
by
Garincha.
Lucas.
I mean, but in that World Cup, Jairzinho scored 7 goals, second top goal scorer, and Pele won the Golden Ball. And they scored so many goals in that tournament.
Also, that Brazil team is also
Probably.
hailed as like one of the best team of all time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Probably was.
So
They played here.
not that one.
that was a '94 team.
I was 94.
Yeah. Anyways,
My dad saw them play.
there's been a couple of good duos. If you have any, let us know.
It's
Many
not,
we missed.
it's not James and Cristiano though.
I always get confused when this guy says it's fucking. Please, dude.
It's James.
There's enough people in the world
It's
named James.
James
Can we just call him
Rodriguez
Hamed?
Look.
and Roberto Lewandowski.
Yeah,
okay?
someone's gonna get pissed off for you because you said James.
Jesus, fuck.
Bottle cap, relax, bro.
Okay, please talk about the rising stars in the world currently, and who do you think has the best potential? Haaland.
Well, let's not include Mbappe because
Jeremy Lynch.
No, Mbappe has to be included
Well,
because he's the
Mbappe's
top.
up- I think
He's the top.
He's not a rising star. He is a star.
But he's still,
Yeah.
Who's
young.
still rising?
Yeah, he's
But
top.
Jadon
It's- who's
Sancho?
under him? Sancho, Haaland.
I think people are trying not to talk like we already know who's established, like
Yeah.
Sancho, Haaland, and Mbappe.
Martinelli, I think.
Martinelli definitely.
Nketiah, I think. I think a
Vinicius,
lot of the
Rodrigo,
Arsenal talent is very good.
I'm not sure if Nketiah is going to be in the same.
I like
Ansu
him.
Fati.
He's good, yes, but we're
But-
talking about like Haaland here.
I know,
And
but
Mbappe.
given the opportunity,
And
Eddie
Jadon
might do
Sancho.
stuff.
Szoboszlai. I think I pronounced
The
it. Right.
Hungarian, yeah.
Yes.
But if it's anyone, it might have to be Mason Greenwood.
Rodrigo looks like he's going to be really fucking good.
He's nasty.
Sorry, Vinny. You kind of look like a fraud, but Rodrigo looks.
Rodrigo, yeah.
Really fucking
Real
good.
Madrid actually have some good youngsters coming
Yeah.
through. Even Odegaard is actually still in that
Yeah.
conversation. So I'm gonna give it to Mason Greenwood, who's left foot, right foot. No one knows which one's best.
I'm not sure if Mason Greenwood is the pinnacle of those players. He's good, yes.
Haaland's done some dirty things
It's like
to some teams.
it's like Nketiah, but like Haaland and Mbappe and Sancho.
Well, yeah, Haaland was kind of just destroying the Champions League at Salzburg.
Like
Phil
how much
Foden?
How much older is Sancho than Greenwood? And this guy's gonna come in for 100 milli and replace him. This level.
Ansu Fati still looks nasty.
That's level. Yeah,
Phil.
but as I said before,
Foden,
Ansu
yeah.
Fati very good. Phil Foden
Phil
very good.
the Power Foden.
I think Phil Foden's very close.
Mason
If he
Greenwood,
gets
who
playing
watches this
time,
podcast
is close to being on the
understands-
level of
Well,
Jadon
Greenwood
Sancho.
You
is
can change
18.
your
I'm
tune a
talking
bit
to
on
the
him.
fans right now. If
Because
any,
he just needed playing time.
if any of you watching this podcast right now know the Phil the Power reference, comment down below.
Dude, Phil Foden's gonna be sick. Put money
Phil
down.
the
Yeah.
Power Taylor.
What
is what
about,
I'm talking about.
Gonna be sick.
Ricky
Ricky Lambert.
Again, it's the same. It's too soon. Like they're good players, yes, but we're talking about the best.
Yeah.
Who's
The
this?
best.
Who's this Pedri guy that everyone's talking about?
I don't know, but apparently his old manager was like, "Yo, this guy's gonna be sick," and Barcelona signed him. So who knows?
Karamoko Dembele.
Of course.
He's too short.
He's a good time.
I'm sorry, like
He's like
we're
5'3".
we're talking about players who are short like Messi and shit, but he's
5'3".
short.
He's small.
Maybe you'll have a late growth spurt.
Hugo
It's like-
Sanchez or Landon Donovan? Landon.
What the fuck
All
kind of
day.
stupid question is, dude?
He found these. It's
Who asked? Okay, who asked that question? Can I please get his name?
Anthony Zamora.
Are you
7.
stupid?
He's
You better be Mexican. You better put that shit in there because you wanted Hugo Sanchez to win. Because there's no competition.
No, Landon Donovan.
He's not the
Good
guy.
guy.
Hugo. Yeah, it's not even close.
Dude,
Hugo
it's not even
Sanchez.
close.
Let's be real
Hugo
here.
Sanchez was one of the best players in Europe during the
And
time.
he was one of the best strikers Real Madrid have had. Dude, it's not close.
Landon.
Stop it, God.
I,
You couldn't nail down a place in Everton, bro.
Landon.
Oh, he's okay at Everton, but I mean,
Dude, it's Hugo
Bayern
Sanchez.
as well.
He scored against was it fucking Nigeria or whatever?
Algeria.
Algeria. Landon.
You better be Mexican. And you better
As-
just put that in for bats.
As
Because it's not close.
Americans, choose Landon.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, when I think of Landon Donovan, I think LA Galaxy. You think Hugo Sanchez, you think Real Madrid.
No, Landon.
Dude, it's Hugo Sanchez.
I'm joking. Relax.
didn't,
Fucking comments coming at me. I can already see it. This fucking ginger guy does fucking nothing. This fat ginger specky prick. Fuck you, man. You don't fucking know.
You called up Americans.
Shut the fuck up.
You guys act like we're from Florida. Jesus.
Yeah.
well,
Okay.
wasn't FIFA? Didn't FIFA? It was a FIFA chef that made that Hugo Sanchez video
I think so, yeah. I
on
like
TikTok.
that.
Yeah,
Fuck, if I was from Florida, I'd probably look like Cat Williams. If any of you guys know who that is,
I don't.
search
Talk
him up.
about Neymar's career. Roly poly oly.
It's been pretty good.
very
rolls
good.
and rolls.
Very controversial at times, but
Very, very good.
Do you think he's reached the levels he could have at this point, or do you think he could have done more?
I think he's vastly overshadowed by two very, very specific people. That guy's
Messi
close.
screwed him at Barcelona
Yeah.
by being better than him, and Mbappe showed up and did dirty at
It's not, even,
PSG.
it's not even that. Like, this guy's very close to becoming Brazil's all-time top goal scorer.
yeah.
He's won
crazy.
numerous Champions Leagues.
if I could
He
offer,
scored a shit ton of goals.
by any hope
Jose.
in under the light of Jesus kind of thing, Neymar, if you're watching, stop creating weird headlines with your family
Yeah,
members.
your family's very strange.
I think if you distance yourself from your sister and your mother, you might actually do better in this world.
I mean,
I think-
What's that have to do with this football?
Yeah.
I think in terms of Neymar's career, some people might overlook him a bit too much.
I mean, I think I agree with you with that. I think
Yeah.
It's hard to say because it's Neymar, but it's
Personally,
very true.
I'm not a fan of Neymar. I like his football. I'm not a fan of him.
Well, that's understandable. We're
So
talking
I think
football.
I think when I think of Neymar's career, automatically your brain will go, oh, well, I don't like his antics. I don't like his off the ball. I don't like his this. I don't like his that. But on the ball, on the field, he's brilliant.
I think-
He's technically great. He's pacey. He knows how to finish. He knows where the net is. Set pieces, he's very good. He has it all. He's a great player.
I think he's the closest to like a guy like Ronaldinho in the sense that like just fun to watch.
Yeah.
That type of express.
Yeah. Give him the ball. Let him do
Samba
something.
football.
Which kind of sucks for him because whenever he tries to express himself, he gets crunched.
Yeah.
Because in
But,
League One, they just
I mean,
don't care.
to be fair, he is 28. Still has a lot of football left in him. He's
Tom.
been, it feels like he's been around forever, like Thomas Muller, for
He's been
example.
good since he was like 19.
Yeah.
Even earlier.
So
Yeah.
if I'm gonna make,
Although it's
he was
did-
a Nike athlete when he was 13.
He did win. He did win Brazil their first
I
ever gold
think if
medal.
any-
Maybe I got the
if
wrong.
anything, he's just had a very unfortunate and dramatic career.
Stop.
Because even in 2014, he got that.
Stop being with your sister.
He got
Stop
no,
it.
come on, fuck off, Liam. Get the hell out of here, you.
so lowbrow.
In 2014, he got the injury in the quarterfinals where he was out of the tournament. He was the star of Brazil, and then they
So
got
funny.
dismantled by Brazil.
That was funny.
I mean, Germany.
I mean, they also did lose like their best center back for that
Yeah,
game.
they did.
Yeah,
that too.
I mean, a lot of
Pretty
things went
important.
wrong. And then at least they made the semis in 2018, right?
Yeah. No, quarterfinals too. They lost to Belgium.
I generally think Brazil can make a run to the final in 2022.
Well,
do you
should.
think? Do you think Neymar needs that for his legacy?
Oh, definitely, without a doubt. It's
As a
like
Brazilian, yes.
it's like
100%.
Messi.
Does he have one
It's
Champions
unfortunate.
League? Yeah, he's won Champions League.
Yeah, because he's won Champions League. Like all the Brazilian greats have
all
won the World Cup.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's because
Actually,
Brazil just
Is the
Brazil
World
is
Cup.
the World Cup team.
but it's also those Brazilian teams were just such good teams as a
Yeah.
whole.
I mean, this Brazilian team is
It's starting to look
still
really
very
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
aside from the fact Thiago Silva's leaving. That's not.
Yeah, but they have actually good
they-
defenders
yeah,
coming
they-
through.
They have good defenders coming through, but we're talking about
Thiago.
Thiago fucking
Yeah.
Silva. Like,
yeah.
But they did have a rough patch with them, not too, like the last decade, I guess. But
No,
now
it
it's
wasn't
starting.
the same Brazil.
2000.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, they had
2006.
Fred at striker,
They had
who wasn't great.
Fred at
They had,
striker.
they had David Silva. Oh my god. They had Danny Alves.
Yeah.
But I think
Thiago Silva.
David Luiz.
maybe
Given they didn't have Allison at that
we
time.
need to see more of that
But-
Jogo Bonito.
That damn right.
What, like,
That is all the questions I have from Lucas.
was that 5 questions?
That was all the questions you sent me.
All right. Well, let's get to Instagram questions.
Let's just jump right into it.
We've
I
got a
when
few
people
this
say
time.
Hey, when people say that.
I don't know.
I'm not jumping into shit. Fuck off.
Oh, this is interesting. From Owen Jones. What happened? I wasn't paying attention.
That's not
Just
surprising.
Lucas happened. Go. It's okay. Go. What did Owen Jones say?
What team not from Europe or South America would you want to win the World Cup? Canada.
That's a good shout.
My home country.
That's a good shout.
where I live. But
Reggae boys, because we have a better chance of Canada, because Canada's, aside from Alfonso, waste men's. And David,
if
so I
I'm-
forgot about that.
if I'm being honest, I would love to see Mexico win it because just their fans are crazy.
That- I couldn't live with that.
I know.
I'd love to see an African
I
team
was
win
gonna say an
it.
African
Yeah,
nation.
yeah.
Like,
Or
100%.
Japan. I'd love to see Japan win it.
SM15 asked if you had to kick a player out of your team's best 11, who would it be?
Like, what do you mean the best 11? Like, the best 11 all time was what on here.
Probably your starting 11.
Yeah, you're like Barca's best 11.
Like, our best
your
11
best ever 11.
Best
Well,
ever.
No, like your. Let's
Yeah,
say
your best
Barca right now, their best 11. If you can kick a player out of that team's
Oh.
best 11.
Okay, I got answers for both those questions. For our best ever 11, I got to kick out one Luis Suarez because 2 is too much. You know what I mean? It's too much.
Yeah.
Which one?
Fucking who knows? One of them's going, I'm honestly going to draw a stick. But anyways, best player to kick out of my set. Bye Griezmann.
Turn your butt.
No, if I was gonna kick out someone with legacy in our club, it'd probably be either Jordi Alba or Gerard Piqué. Gerard Piqué can retire and
Yeah.
go become our new president. There you go.
Current best Celtic 11.
Wow, there's not a lot of options there, is there? All pretty mediocre.
I mean, honestly,
You literally just
there's a lot of Greg Taylor. I'm sorry, you're out of there. You're not doing it for me this
I'm
season.
not gonna lie. You said you pretty much just got to kick out Edouard. The rest of them pretty You know what I mean?
He's the only one that can do anything.
Liam is sending away Edouard because he has no other choice.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, Greg Taylor. You're getting kicked out.
And you can't pick you can't pick Lingard.
Jeremy Lynch.
Wings.
I'm Jeremy Lynch.
I mean, I was gonna say like maybe Harry Maguire.
You put him in the fucking team of the
No,
season.
he didn't. He didn't.
He didn't.
Did you not?
You did. No, wasn't.
What? What is his look?
You put Virgin, so didn't you?
He's actually the one that's correct.
Yes, thank you.
Anyways,
I did not have
you'd
Harry
kick,
either.
You'd kick Harry Maguire out?
Of our current like best team at United.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy's
Why
a
not
fucking
your left
fraud.
back?
Actually, no.
Shaw.
Unfortunately, if I could maybe actually have De Gea, because we can just put Dean.
I would
Henderson.
rather have David De Gea than Harry.
What about Lindelof?
Okay, you look, maybe Lindelof. I don't know. There's a lot of fucking issues in our team.
Who's getting kicked off at Liverpool?
Probably Wijnaldum.
What?
Get rid of Henderson.
What? Why would you do that? That's rude.
Fuck off that Virgil guy.
I like Genie.
Liverpool don't need Virgil. Virgil, come to Barcelona, bro. I promise you in like 6 to 8 years we will sign the lick.
And Virgil's going to retire.
What's our next question, sir?
Best center back duo right now.
Ramos and Varane.
Ramos and Varane. Yeah.
That's it. Move on.
With, Liverpool.
I mean, Virgil and Joe Gomez or Virgil and Matip.
I like my teep. I gotta be honest.
Dude, it said center back duo.
They're a good duo.
There's Verge and everyone else he plays with.
Felipe Salazar asked, "Is Chelsea winning the Prem next season?"
No.
Sorry. Your team's looking very good, but not this season. Maybe next season.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna win
2022.
it, but I think they'll be sniffing
challenge
around.
for it.
Yeah, they'll be up there. Hopefully Frank doesn't bottle it. So, Matt Katz asks a very good question. We know Liam can do it on a cold, rainy night in Stoke, but can Waz?
Bro, Liam can't even do it on a 20-degree, no wind night in a stadium-less
Can I-
Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Can I say? I
No.
think out of the two, I prefer a cold, rainy night in Stoke than would a 20-degree day.
If I can be honest, probably not.
I love
know.
playing in the rain.
But
Cold in the rain, love it.
in my opinion, Liam is probably one of the most underrated center forwards in world football. There's no doubt about that. He can make any starting 11. He will score goals. He is the ideal target man.
Liam's one-footed, can't turn. His shot's fairly inaccurate.
This guy can play goalie.
Only an indoor.
He can play several different positions.
I played left back. I played center back. Midfield, I don't like midfield. I don't run that much.
This man creates for his team as well. Have you watched him in indoor?
He also misses my passes.
I like to say Lucas is passing an indoor. Sometimes brilliant. Sometimes Mesut Ozil-esque.
You play for the badge as well.
Thank you, sir. Where's all this love coming from, by the way? Is this coming from like some dark place? That, like,
No, I just-
ultimately, I'm gonna get backstabbed eventually, or what?
I don't know.
Is there a backstabbing in my future?
You already did get backstabbed.
They don't know that yet.
I'm
They don't
building it
know.
up.
Foreshadowing.
All right, I think I should end it there. I think that's.
I'll ask one more question.
There's one more question coming.
From Matthias, I cannot pronounce your last name.
Delit.
I apologize.
Try, though.
This
Try,
is a nice
though.
question.
Can I try? I'll give her a shout.
No, I want Waz to try.
One next shot.
Cool.
How wrong was he?
Apologies, mate. He asks, do you think Norway could be a dark horse in the Euros if they get there? No. Yeah, they got some decent players.
France, Germany.
You said dark
Dark
horse,
horse.
not favored to win the tournament.
Melon.
I don't think Liam understood the question.
What I'm saying is, I'm gonna name all the countries who are by far better than them, and therefore
That's
they're
what makes them a dark horse.
they're not doing
dumbass.
anything.
No, that's what people said about Greece in 2004.
Fuck, man. This kid.
That's what people said about Portugal in 2016. That
Liam,
they wouldn't win it.
I'm going
Look what happens.
to
I knew what the fucking
I'm
term
going
dark
to
horse-
explain the
I get
situation.
it.
That means they're not good, but will perform beyond their abilities.
They won't.
Jesus.
They
A team
won't.
that can make some surprises.
I'm done.
They
And
won't.
I would say yes, 100%. They got
No.
some good players.
Potentially.
If anything,
No.
I love your kits.
Kits are nice though,
That ice kit you got, it's nice. I'd buy that.
but you won't.
I won't, unless you want to send them to me.
I don't know. Walls is pretty fiscally irresponsible. I could see him purchasing it.
Aren't we all?
No, just you.
Ultimately, if you're still here,
Congratulations, you made
I don't
this
know
far.
why, but thank you if you are. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit us up on social medias. Links are in the description. From Maddie, Lucas, Waz, and myself, Liam. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching and listening. This has been yet another week in the beautiful game. We will see you next time.
Peace.